Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to the second of two Doctor Who Series 12 Blu-ray reviews. We did the complete 12 series Blu-ray Steelbook last time, and we looked at that last time, and this time we'll be taking a look at the Revolution of the Daleks Blu-ray. So I'll just remove Series 12, and here we go, Revolution of the Daleks. Like Resolution, it's got its own slipcase, and same for Twice Upon a Time, it's got its own slipcase, and you just remove the DVD. The Blu-ray inside, so slipcase release as shown. Nice. By the way, I actually think the artwork, the poster being used for Revolution of the Daleks' DVD and Blu-ray cover works really well this time around. The problem with Resolutions was that it included three very, very, very minor characters on the front cover with the main characters and the TARDIS instead of the Dalek, and whilst the poster had that, I think they could have swapped those out with the Dalek for the DVD and Blu-ray release. Revolution of the Daleks is one, on the other hand, is fine. I mean, maybe I would have preferred one of the two Daleks to have the red light so that you can show that one's blue, one's red. Other than that, it's a fantastic poster, even if it does enforce the lie that the episode went with. That, oh, how can the companions and Captain Jack save her from the Daleks without the Doctor's help? Well, spoiler alert, they don't. The Doctor comes back to help them. In fact, Captain Jack is the one who breaks her out of the prison. And, of course, as we'll see on the back, that's how it's described in the episode. The Doctors are incarcerated in the Judean prison, so the companions have to save her from the Daleks, and they team up with Captain Jack. And whilst technically that is true, it does also make it look like they're doing it without the Doctor's help, yet the Doctor comes back anyway. And she's helped by Captain Jack, so yeah, it enforces that lie. Also, at the bottom it says bonus features Revolution of the Daleks trailer and closer look. So it only implies 2 extras on this release. This would be infuriating, but on the actual disc there is actually another 2 extras that aren't listed. None of them are very long, like Series 12 ones, but at least there's 4 extras on this release, like Resolution, as opposed to just 2. Otherwise, this would have been probably the worst Doctor Who DVD Blu-ray release that includes extras, due to the fact that it included very lackluster extras. In fact, let's take a look at the bonus features first. The trailer it's basically the first trailer for the story. It doesn't include the second one, nor the Captain Jack Returns teaser. By the way, why didn't Series 12 include any of its trailers? Or Resolution? Series 11, I don't think it did either, so yeah. Okay, and then you got the closer look. It's the usual closer look Series 11 had, and Series 12 had. And then another featurette about Bradley Walsh and Tosin Cole, which was a nice featurette, showing their time on the show in the previous 2 series and their interactions with everybody else. It was a nice featurette and a nice one to say goodbye to Bradley Walsh and Tosin Cole. We also have a little featurette with John Barron trying to guess some of his lines that he had in previous episodes, which was quite fun to watch as well. But yeah, once again, this release has very little extras. Now, this one I can be a bit more forgiving on this case because, well, for starters, it implies there's actually lesser extras than there actually are. And secondly, this is a vanilla release, like the volume releases for the first 5 series, the Part 1, Part 2 box sets for the 6th, 7th, 9th and 10th. And the Christmas special and New Year specials getting their own releases, Wars of Mars and End of Time, in kind of their own box sets, and Christmas Invasion and Snowmen on the Series 2 Volume 1 and Series 7 Part 2 releases. Other than those 2, the other specials had their own individual DVDs and from Christmas Carol onwards, Blu-rays and Planet of the Dead. Deep Breath has also had one like this. This is a vanilla release, so I can forgive it for having less extras than the box set. But the box set should have a ton of extras, or at least a lot of extras. Because it's a series, they should have a lot of extras about the episodes. Maybe not like a whole disc of extras dedicated to one story, like the collection box sets, but certainly a couple of extras per disc, not just 5-minute closer looks. Thankfully, this one has another extra for Bradley Walsh and Tosin Cole and the John Barrowman thing, plus also a trailer, so it's not as bare as I was going to rip into it about before I watched them, because I was probably going to rant about how there was only going to be 2 extras and it was just a trailer and a closer look. But I think we've also got the Bradley Walsh and Tosin Cole extra and the John Barrowman thing. So I'm not going to be as annoyed with that, with their the lack of extras, because at least we get 4 of them instead of just 2. We also get 4 exclusive art cards, so we'll get into that in a moment. Like I said, I like the front artwork, being the poster, and the back, there's some good pictures there. We at least see the Daleks on the back. On the resolution Blu-ray, they didn't show the Dalek. They probably did on the DVD, but on the Blu-ray, where there's less space, they didn't show the Dalek. So even after the story was released, Resolution was still reluctant to show any signs of the Daleks, whilst on this one, they do show the Daleks, although they are more focusing on the blue-lighted drone Daleks instead of the... They don't show any of the drone Daleks with red lights or the bronze Daleks. Okay, and yeah, and starring credits, not just the main 4 characters and John Barrowman, but you've got Chris Newth, Harriet Walter, and Nathan Stewart Jarrett, who play characters who are appearing on these pictures. Do get the director and the producer credits alongside the showrunner and executive producer credits. Not the writer, though. That should have been included next to Chris Chibnall. Writer, showrunner, and exclusive producer Chris Chibnall. That should have been what that one was listed as. And inside is the disc. Once again, like Series 11 Resolutions, the image is shifted a little bit to the right. A little bit. Also, this is the first 13th Doctor DVD and Blu-ray release to have an Irish PG age rating. The first one since Series 11 Disc 1, although the UK one remains a 12. And this is also the first new series... not the first new series released to have the new age rating, UK age ratings. That was the Series 6 Steelbook, but it's the first new story to include it, because Series 6 came out in 2010 and 2011. So it's the first recently released stories to get this age rating. So let's go back to 2002, 2003, for example, when the old ones came out. This one came out in 2002. So Rose to the Timeless Children would have been in the era of that age rating being the current age rating. The TV movie would have been the last one to have the age ratings that would have come out in 1989. Revolution of the Daleks is the first one to include actually, Series 12 would have come out during a time when the new ones had come out in cinemas, but Revolution of the Daleks is the first ones where they've to have it. It's the first episode to come out after they've been starting to be used on DVDs and Blu-ray. So while Series 6 was the Steelbook was the first new series released to have the symbols included, the new age rating symbols included, Revolution of the Daleks is the first new episode to come out that has this symbol included. So every story going on until they change the age ratings will include this this symbol. Oh, and the first release to have those symbols was the Power of the Daleks Special Edition DVD Blu-ray. Anyway, so art card time. Inside we've got some good artwork cards. We've got the poster again, the Doctor in the prison, Dalek, and also a Dalek drone with blue light and a Dalek drone schematics, which is actually part of this new book, the Dalek Mark III Travel Machine Combat Training Manual, on the back. So this is basically promoting that. The other 3 booklets just say Doctor Who Revolution of the Daleks on the back with a black background this time around, as opposed to a purpley blue one seen on Series 12. So these 2 are basically just images. They're just pictures there. I suppose they could actually work as postcards in their own right, but yeah, they're pretty good. The poster is my favourite one though, because it's the poster, and this one is pretty unique, especially when promoting the Dalek book. I put it this way around so that the book side is that way round. And just like the Season 8 box set, we've got this little booklet. I wonder if Season 24 will get this when that comes out next. What time recording is it's May 29th. So, but this video might be coming out in June. So let's say later in June. But this little booklet, open up. This is the front cover. It looks like the TARDIS. Time Fracture on page 2. VR games on page 3. Page 4 is the Worlds Apart card game, which is super expensive. Most certain cards are super expensive. Time Lord Victorious Timeline on page 5. Page 6 is the Escape Room, Dalek Awaits, and page 7 is the usual calendars and diaries and stuff. And page 8 is the Doctor Newsletter, which I have signed up to. I signed up to a while ago. It is a bit disappointing that we don't maybe get a bit more merchandise stuff included, because you've got calendars and stuff here, yeah, but you don't have like toys or mugs and gift sets or anything, or promotion for another DVD or Blu-ray release or something. Is a bit of a disappointment for that. Maybe you can have a bit more Doctor Who extra stuff included, but for an 8-page booklet, it's nice. Maybe instead of having the Worlds Apart game, maybe you could have something a bit more interesting, like, say, maybe the Collection magazine box, or exclusive to Eagle Moss website Doctor Who figurines. Yeah, those would be pretty cool. Oh yeah, spines, other spines. So that's basically this release in a nutshell. It's fairly standard vanilla individual release. A few extras, more than I was expecting, and more than it was promoting, and also some nice art cards. The BBC have actually been starting to put art cards in some of their releases. Recently, His Dark Materials got art cards in its Series 1 and Series 2 releases. That one, I don't know how many extras those two series of His Dark Materials have, so the art cards would be a nice inclusion to those series alongside the 8 and 7 episodes respectively. But then again, maybe they do have some bonus features as well, I'm not sure. Anyway, so Revolution of the Daleks is a nice release, and yeah, it's a pretty good individual release. So time for the ratings. Story would be an 8. Bonus features, again, I'll go with a 5 because it's about the same quality, it's the same type of extras as Series 12s, and there aren't too many of them, but at least there's more than the 2 promoted on the back. There's actually more. Actually, to be honest, Series 12 doesn't mention all of its extras on the back either. Leaflets and interior content, you got 4 nice art cards, and also a pretty good promotional leaflet. Again, I'd probably give this an 8 out of 10, just like the Series 12 ones, because the good art cards. I mean, I'm not amazing, but they're good art cards. But the promotional leaflet is pretty cool, though. It's not just 2 things it's promoting. Oh, that could be something that the Season 24 box set could promote. Just remembered the At Shelter's End book on the Series 12 and Faces one. Maybe Season 24 would promote the Ruby's Curse, or the Season 12 and 10, not 10, 12 and 19 standard releases will promote that, the Ruby's Curse by Alex Kingston. We'll see. As well as Time Fracture. Time Fracture's got to be promoted, I think, maybe on Season 24 and the standard Season 18 and 10s. But anyway, I know Time Fracture's already been promoted. Okay, will probably still be promoted. And finally, cover artwork. Again, I'd give that a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's not as stunning as the Series 12 artwork, but it's a lovely poster. It's a pretty cool poster, and that's probably why the art cards ended up being an 8 out of 10 as opposed to maybe 7, because 2 of the art cards are basically are pretty plain, but one of them's a stunning to look at, and the other one is quite interesting. So there you go. So that's 8 and 9 and 8 and 5. So 8 and 5 is 13. 8 and 9 is 17. So 13 and 7. Oh, that's 30. So overall, this gets a 30 out of 40, just like Series 12, funny enough. Which would probably put it at 7.5 out of 10. I'll bump this one down to a 7 out of 10 due to the lack of extras, but I'm not going to be as annoyed with that. But it's still a pretty cool Blu-ray release anyway. So it probably would be higher than the standard Series 12 DVD and Blu-ray due to the fact that the cover of that isn't as good as the Steelbook. So this is probably higher than that. But the Steelbook is higher than this. So that's my review of Doctor Who Revolution of the Daleks Blu-ray. It is a good release to get. However, it might get included on Revolution of the Daleks might get included on Series 13, just like how Resolution ended up being on Series 12. I still think that should have been on Series 11. I can see why Revolutions would be on Series 13 because Series 12 came out in May 2020. Revolution of the Daleks didn't air until January 2021, so I can see why that happened. Why Revolution of the Daleks might have to be on the Series 13 box set instead of Series 12's. However, the complete 11th series box set came out in January 2019, only a few weeks after the Resolution special aired. So, yeah, I'm not what's up with that. It should have been included on Series 11. Just delay the Series 11 release to February or March and just have it included there. And then Series 12 just have the 10 episodes of that series, and then Series 13 include Resolution, the 8 episodes of that series, and if they're going to have a special, if episode 8 isn't a special, if they have enough time to do a special, include that as well. So maybe you get 10 episodes on that box set after all, or 9 episodes on that box set after all. Well, providing extra dates as special. But yeah, hopefully they won't save the series, the special, if there is a special for Series 13, hopefully they won't save it to Series 14's release, especially if the 13th Doctor does leave at the end of Series 13. We'll see how it goes. What's more, if this keeps happening each series, and at some point we're going to end up with another Twice Upon a Time situation where it will be not included on any series box set, and you'll have to get it individually anyway, as it's the final story for a particular Doctor or showrunner's era, and it won't be included on the first release of the following one. So, let's say, like I said, Series 13 gets included on Series 13 special. If there is one, gets included on Series 14. Series 14 gets included on Series 15. But Series 16 is when a new showrunner takes over. If there is a Series 15 special and it doesn't get included on the Series 15 box set, it won't be included on Series 16 because that's the start of a new era. It will have to be another Twice Upon a Time situation. I do not want another Twice Upon a Time situation. I could have lived with it with Resolution. I'm glad it's on Series 12, although it should have been on Series 11's. Revolution of the Daleks the same, but I think it will be on Series 13's. But yeah, let's not end up with another Twice Upon a Time situation. I mean, I'm not going to quit buying Doctor Who DVDs and Blu-rays like some person got all upset because Twice Upon a Time didn't get included on Series 10. And heck, if the Series 10 Steelbook gets a re-release, that mistake might be remedied. But yeah, I'm not going to go into a hissy fit and quit buying Doctor Who DVDs and Blu-ray and say I can't forgive the BBC for not putting this episode on a complete box set. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that over the top or dramatic. But yeah, I think we need to avoid having Twice Upon a Time situations like that again. And thankfully, at least we get Resolution on a complete box set, and it's probably likely Revolution of the Daleks will be on Series 13's. So bring on Series 13, both on telly and then on DVD and Blu-ray when the time comes. Probably in January or February. Hopefully they will include their own special on that set as well and will be up to date. So hopefully. So anyway, that's my review of the Revolution of the Daleks Blu-ray. Thank you for watching these reviews. I shall see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the Nicholas Payne YouTube channel. But other than that, it's a pretty good poster. It's a nice one to say goodbye to Brad and Todd, which isn't as forgivable. And secondly, this is a vanilla release, or a individual release. Other than those ones, they had their own individual volume. But yeah, so we've had the Deep Breath as also Series 8 Part 1 and Series 8. The UK didn't release a Part 1, Part 2 sets for those series. Anyway, so so this one's a more individual, not just close. But thankfully, we also got the Brad and Toz and Cole, because there's at least only 4. But it's the first one going in a story order. It's the first one to include it. Up to that point, so the first TV movie would have been the last one to have the one that was introduced in 1989. So while Series 6 Steelbook is the first one to use these logo symbols on its release, it's the first new series release to have them. And the Steelbook. No, it didn't have a Steelbook, just DVD and Blu-ray. I'm getting my hands to myself. And yeah, so I've also kept this. This is the only time I've done this, is I've actually kept this for, actually keeping it this time round. I usually either throw them away or straight away or not long afterwards. I'm actually keeping it. Story content included alongside the main the disc on the so I'll drop it up to, I'll bunk it up to 8 out of 10 again as well, because the Series 15 special, if there is going to be one, may not the Series 15 special, if there isn't one, and I mean, I'm not going to get all, and heck, if the Series 10 Steelbook gets re-released, maybe that mistake will be so bring the it's about half as long as the Series 12 one.